welcome back. Today I want to talk about our emotions. But before I do want to put in a disclaimer. So everything I talk about, I have researched in one way or another. I am not a specialist or have any degrees on the talk subject. This is what I am learning while on my health journey, and I am sharing my experiences with you. Okay. So like I said, today I want to talk about our emotions. Our emotions play a huge role in our day-to-day life. Up to 90% of our choices are because of our emotions. Emotions can play an important role in how you think and behave. The emotions you feel each day can compel you to take action and influence the decisions you make about your life, both in large and small. Our feelings are short-lived or they can be long-lived. There are 6 basic emotions. There is happiness, sadness, disgust, surprise, fear, and anger. And anger is a secondary emotion. It is most likely brought on by other feelings. We can feel many other feelings that stem off of the 6 basic emotions, and you can also have combinations of feelings, like in the movie Inside Out. Let's see. These are the different ways our emotions can help us by growth and development, survival, heightened levels of awareness, attention, motivation, understanding others, and vice versa, learning and memory, decision making and problem solving, connection and attachment, and overall well-being. There are 3 components to our emotions. There's subjective, how you experience the emotion, so like your environment, where are you, what's going on. Expressive, how you behave in response to the situation or to your emotions. And physical, I can't say it, but it's the way how your body responds to your emotion. Which leads into the next part of this video. The way our emotions affect our physical health. Positive emotions like feeling content, happiness, love, acceptance can lower blood pressure, risk of heart disease, healthier weight, better blood sugar levels, and live longer. Which, healthier weight, I feel like, I don't know, maybe because life just happens and you're with your partner, or you feel accepted and content with being in your situation, that you guys tend to enjoy, the better foods or eat more often. Because I feel like most of my married friends and I have put on an increase of weight, but then there's also, life and having kids and stuff like that. So I don't know so much about the healthier weight, but it is listed on the article that I did read. Now, whereas negative emotions like anger, fear, sadness, guilt, anxiety can cause weak immunity, stomach and digestive issues, ulcers, tight muscles, headaches, insomnia, high blood pressure, chest pains, and appetite change. Okay. Next, with our emotions, it also can affect the way how we think and feel. Let's see. What we think impacts what we feel. Thoughts and emotions are a profound effect on one another. Thoughts can trigger emotions, such as when you're daydreaming, you can experience a lot of different emotions, even though you may not be exactly in that situation. You're just thinking about it. Your beliefs and thoughts trigger, this is your thought cycle, Your beliefs and thoughts trigger your feelings, and your feelings can set you into action. And from your actions, you have your result or consequences. Now, the thought cycle and the habit cycle are the same. And I'll be going into another video about the habit cycle in the future. Okay, so now let's go into thinking. I'm pretty sure you've heard of rational thinking, irrational thinking, logical thinking, and emotional thinking. Now, from what I understand, let's see, rational and logical thinking, I feel like go hand in hand or one and the same. And then same with irrational and emotional thinking. And I'll kind of, I don't know, I'll have the examples and you guys can decide for yourself, but I'll just put out there what I think. So, what is irrational thinking? Irrational thinking refers to the lack of logic and reason in one's cognition. Irrational cognition is universal. Everyone has irrational thoughts. The concept focuses on how one deals with irrational thoughts. Being anxious often misinterprets the irrational thoughts and consider them as facts. A decision based on emotional reason is very common irrational behavior. Here, individuals consider their emotions as fact. In other words, if we feel it, then it must be true, right? However, the emotional state of a person at any given moment is rarely indicative of the reality. Indication? Indicative. I think it's supposed to be indication of reality. Let's see. Now, this is where I think irrationality and emotional thinking become intertwined with each other. And I feel like, in all reality, this has to do with your emotional mindset and how you handle your emotions. And could be, and you could be labeled as an emotional person, over emotional, sensitive, or highly sensitive. Okay. Before moving on to the advantages of being an emotional person, I want to remind you that just like the irrational thoughts, we mostly have moments of these disadvantages too. And I feel like it's all part of the human experience. Now there are people that have disorders that might heighten these feelings. And just to be aware of yourself and how you think and feel is key. Also, before moving on, I want to talk about the hijacking emotions. I feel like when you're more of an emotional person, you can experiencing these hijacking emotions. During an emotional hijack, our brain becomes paralyzed, which has to do with the stress hormones being released, which means our IQ drops. We lose the ability to make complex decisions. We no longer see others' perspective, and our memory becomes compromised. So becoming, like, getting in the fight, flight, or freeze mode. What emotions cause the hijacking emotion? And that would be, somehow these papers got out of order. Good thing I found it. Or did I? Oops, I think I jumped pages. Let me back up here. Okay. Yes. You know, we'll just move on and I'll bring that back in. Okay, so our hijacking emotions are stress, fear, anxiety, aggression, and anger. And these are the emotions that we need to keep in check. So we're going to move on to the disadvantages and advantages of being an emotional person. So the disadvantages, you can feel your emotions a lot more extreme and can overreact. You become your worst enemy. You can become your worst enemy and really work up your negative emotions. You have a harder time of letting things go, either situations or items. You take too much on. You can have the ability to manipulate others. You have a hard time giving or receiving constructive feedback. Let's see. You avoid conflicts. Have a hard time setting boundaries. Easily become overwhelmed. Feel misunderstood. Overthink. Um, More aware of physical changes such as pain or illness. And neglect self-care and overestimate your chances of success. Okay, now let's see. The advantages of being an emotional person. You have a depth experience in feelings in different situations. You have strong self-awareness. Increased empathy, intuition, and nurturing skills. Master of self-care, which I find it funny because on the other list it said low self-care. So I think it's just the way how you personally experience things and what you go through. You appreciate the small things and can form close relationships. Okay, so now let's go into logical thinking. The definition is analyzing a situation or problem using reason and coming up with the potential solution. Logical thinkers gather all the information they can, assess the facts, and then methodologically decide the best way to move forward. Now, logical thinking is a part of rational thinking. The disadvantages of being a logical thinker, you can have decision fatigue, too high of standards, addicted to information, most likely skeptical, want to solve everyone's problems, can be a creature of habit, can sometimes find it hard to make decisions, can procrastinate often. The advantages of being a logical thinker: it encourages independent abilities, promotes creativity and innovation, help enhance thinking. Analytical, I can't say this word, goodness gracious. An analyzed thinking process. We'll put it that way because I cannot clearly say this word. Help strengthen the brain, help enhance focus, and help enhance focus. All right, so rational reasoning is typically about showing the basis of cause, beliefs, action, events, and facts. Rational thinking is based on making intellectual sense. Think logically on facts, compare current experiences to past experiences, and can suppress or ignore the emotions. And this is why I feel logical thinking and rational thinking go hand in hand, or one and the same. So what is the combination of emotional and logical thinking, rational and irrational thinking? Due to reading other articles, or at least one article, I found the answer is creative thinking and wise thinking. Between the emotions and rational minds, people often find ways to improve themselves. They seek self-improvement and constant balance of emotional and logical when needed, but creative thinkers can also cherish memories and emotional attachment to, let me back this up. So self-improvement, let me back it up even further. Okay. Between emotional and rational minds, people often find ways to improve themselves. They seek self-improvement and a constant balance of emotion and logic. when needed, but creative thinkers can cherish memories and emotional attachment to them simultaneously, providing feelings and of creative outlets. The wise mind strikes a balance between rational and emotional thinking, lives mindfully, honoring the nature of the emotional mind while acting rationally. Let's see. Which brings us to emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is defined as the ability to understand and manage your emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of others around you. There are four components to emotional intelligence. Excuse me. There is self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Now, in a previous video, this might sound familiar to the mindset from the 5 a.m. Club book. Now, I know we all have our days when we've reached our breaking point and have snapped. I've been there. I've done that. The way I've coped with this is to try to give grace to yourself and to others, and also forgive yourself and forgive others well in the process of trying to be better. I'm still working on the 4 components, and I feel like this is something we all have to work on throughout our lives, and hopefully we can find the knowledge and the clarity that we need to keep growing. So, what are ways to handle our emotions? Let's see. Identify your feelings. Why am I feeling this right now? What has happened to make me feel this way? Does the situation have a different explanation that might make sense? Is there a better way of coping with this feeling? What can I do about these feelings? Think about the impact of your emotion. Now, side note, this helps when you're not in your hijacking mode. So if you can catch yourself beforehand and think of these questions, that is great. Otherwise, you probably just want to take some deep breaths and remove yourself from the situation to calm down, to be able to process these questions and thoughts. Know when to express yourself. Give yourself space. Try meditation. Try your best to stay on top of your day-to-day stress. Talk to a therapist and keep a mood journal. So those are the tips for handling your emotions. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for staying with me. I know it's a longer video, so I have it divided into 2 parts. So part 2 will be my next video. And so to recap kind of about the show, or not the show, to recap about this video, our emotions play a huge part on our choices, behaviors, and in the way we think. Our emotions play a part in our physical health, and I'm going to go more into our mental health with the next video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. No, just kidding. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you all later. Bye.